You're gonna get it. This is punishment for that land draw right now. I can't
Alright,
even.
I just turned on my recording again. I guess we're going at it. Sure. The game just automatically went into the next
I
one.
just started to start. I'm live streaming it.
This is bonus
I'm
round
just like,
6 content.
we start with the Punisher.
Alright, that seems reasonable. Seems reasonable. Seems
This
fair.
is a much more reasonable hand than my last hand.
Guess we go like this. Doesn't really matter. Alright, we're back in it here, guys. Round 6. Just so, because we never got to show off Grafdigger's Cage and all of that, right?
Yeah,
So
in all the
wondering-
madness, we never got to show people how good Grafdigger's Cage was.
They're
We
wondering,
just
what
got
does
to.
Grafdigger's Cage do? What could it possibly, where could it possibly be good?
Oh,
We're gonna
thank God he grew my Tarmogoyf. I thought it was going to be a
Tarmogoyf
0-1
a little bit. Yep.
the time it entered the battlefield. This hand is similar to my hand in Game 5, except, like, what if 2 of my cards that were lands were Grafdigger's Cage and a removal spell, and then what if I drew spells instead of all lands?
All right. Oh,
It's actually happening.
Yeah, seems decent. Double Tarmogoyf here. No Lava Man. It seems pretty decent.
All right, Goyf is really getting in for not a lot of damage, but we're not going to blame him for that. It's because the lands aren't agreeing with us right
I
now.
could pump your Tarmogoyf if you wanted me to. I could have pumped it in combat.
You're gonna with an abrupt decay? That's rude.
Ooh, this seems almost really good. Maybe great. Oh, that's really tricky. It's really, really tricky. I don't think I want to do it, but that's really interesting. Let's just play a Kitchen Finks for now.
Kitchen Finks seems pretty good as well.
Yeah, it doesn't quite.
Man,
stack
that
up.
Grafdigger's Cage was so good.
I need to run and grab some water. I'll be right back. Entertain us.
Right on, we'll do. So he has F6'd over to us. Kitchen Finks can't really get in the way of the Goyf, but he could chump, but I don't know if that's quite what he's looking for. We kind of want to hold open Grim Lavamancer. So
Alrighty, everybody.
Okay.
Hope you were entertained. I'm back.
thank God we missed you. Abrupt decay down this Kitchen Finks, right? Is kind of the play I'm thinking we're doing here.
He's back, baby.
Let this thing do his thing. And then
You're
I'm going to
gonna
let him
Lava
chump
Man
it,
finish
actually.
it
It's
off?
fine. Go ahead. Chump away with the Finks all you wish.
No, thank you. NoLucksGiven
All right.
does not chump block.
All right. If that's how you feel, then I'll Grim down your Finks with the 2 cards in my graveyard post-combat. Since I got my damage in, my Goyf can afford to shrink a little bit.
Yeah, he only shrinks by 1. Not a huge deal.
Yeah, because the artifact goes when a creature enters. So, yeah, it's relevant.
Cool. I did want to say there was a reason that I decided to, like, I was already up in the series. I'm the only one with something to lose here going into Game 6. And there's a definite reason that when you put that, like, when you're like, let's go, that I decided to play. It's because I had the perfect curve of Abrupt Decay, Kitchen Finks, Collecting Company with 4 lands.
Oh my God, we both had the nut. All right, well, it's about that. That sounds good. I like the challenge. I like that you accept it. We both have a great hand, and let's see what it actually looks like when I don't play 72 Jund lands.
Yeah, I'm going to try to go for a double block here. We'll see how this turns out, but
Hopefully poorly, but we don't know yet.
like I said, I feel decently about these Tarmogoyf double blocking odds. We're actually not going to double block. I guess we'd be trading a Duskwatch Recruiter for a Kitchen Finks, but Duskwatch Recruiter isn't one of the creatures that I'm prepared to lose. If my opponent has a Fatal Push, they already want to cast it on the Duskwatch. Though at the same time, oh, he might not even let us move into blocks. He wants to just Fatal Push the Duskwatch right now. I don't know what he's doing.
He's bluffing. He's bluffing.
At the same time, though, what's pretty interesting about this board state is I do already have Gavany Township. Alright, so he's just going to Fatal Push the Duskwatch. He's not going to make us think about it. We are just going to take 3 from Termagoyf, go down to 17. Go down to 17, you say? Yeah, this deck's crazy good.
Alright, we are going to continue to Goyf.
No, another Goyfers. Alright, that's fine, I think, too. So, a few options here still. This card's fantastic.
He has another collecting company. I want everyone to know that he collecting company, and that's the option. There are no other options.
Well, so if we're gonna CoCo, like we can CoCo or we can activate Gavany here, because activating Gavany actually scares away these Termagoyfs, which is pretty awesome. If we do that, we're gonna want to main phase the Gavany, because otherwise he can Lava Man our Kitchen Finks in response. Which still works out pretty well for us. What happens then, it dies, and then it persists, and then the counter goes back on it. So honestly, that's a pretty decent sequence of events for us too. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to, now that I've got a little bit more mana at my disposal, I almost just went for this turn 3, decided against it. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play Scavenging Ooze and try to keep you off of Lava Man activations. I don't think this was something that I really discussed. Maybe I talked about it in sideboarding, but yeah, Scavenging Ooze to keep you off of Lava Man seems pretty sweet.
That is pretty good, my friend.
He's only got 2 cards left in hand. We've got 2 cards left in hand. So if we can get into a position where we're trading 1 for 1, we're just going to win this game with Gavany Township. And we're also just winning because we've got a significant mana advantage here, too. Can even try to Fulminator Mage him at some point if we can draw that. Terminate Scavenging Ooze. Oh no. Collected. Yeah, Collective Brutality's not going to be too good here. That's typically what waiting for him means. Alright, so he's going to try to kill my Scavenging Ooze. He is going to be able to kill it. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to have to eat like my Kitchen Finks in response, and then he's going to have to use Lavamancer to finish off Scavenging Ooze. Because I only have 1 green mana open. So this was a slight risk I took by putting the Birds of Paradise into play. Suppose that's still fine. Yeah, I guess we just make him do it here, right? Let's grab this Kitchen Finks. Then Collective Brutality is going to go into the graveyard. He's going to be able to eat that with Lava Man. Finish off the Scavenging Ooze. Sounds good. Shrink the Goyfs back down to 3/4s, but Kitchen Finks still can't block here. It kind of can, though, too. I'm going to say no blocks this combat. Go down to 11. I feel like we can afford to take a little bit more damage here.
I mean, with the Vizier in hand, I would be inclined to agree with that in general. Like, sure, Gavaning or Kitchen Finks is nice and all, but instead of tapping down 5 mana every turn, just playing a creature that's going to make all your Finks blocks better seems to be the best possible play. But, I mean, I could be wrong about that. I haven't played the deck as much. Oh, you can afford to do both here, too.
Yeah. I think we just want to main phase. Actually, I don't think we want to.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think we actually do want to main phase this township. Just gives my opponent less.
I mean, you've already seen my volley, so I mean, at the point where you've seen volley, you probably never want to put me in a position to top deck it. Granted, you could just respond with a top deck. You could just respond and activate.
Yeah, and I think this just gives you less options. Like, we're going to do it anyways. The only reason that we wouldn't do it is because now, like, we can't reset the Kitchen Finks, but with Vizier being our other creature, means he's going to have to put... Collective Brutality was actually a pretty sweet card to be able to fuel Grim Lava Man there. That was a pretty
Yeah, it
sweet
was,
play.
wasn't it? Wasn't that pretty great?
Yeah, because normally, like, he's really, unless
like,
he draws a fetch
he can
land, he's only putting one card in the graveyard per turn. At this
the way
point,
I looked at it was you could take the land from my graveyard before the spell resolved, but then you wouldn't have mana to grow the ooze, so either way it worked out. Yeah.
Playing the Birds of Paradise was really what punished us there. I thought being able to just keep open 1 mana after taking the card out of your graveyard was good enough, but exactly Collective Brutality, I think, is the only thing that really punishes us there.
Yeah. For us, I think that the correct play is to get this Vizier out of here, so... Oh, that was just rough.
Did you tap your mana and then click your card rather than click your card and then tap your mana?
I am rookie status. So we can't afford to attack now, unfortunately, because of that, but that's fine. We're just going to have to suck it up. Buttercup.
Fulminator Mage would have been great. This card is not. So we definitely want to get everything out of Lava Man range. For sure. Pretty sure I just want to swing in the air for 2. We could also attack with this Kitchen Finks. Then we're like fueling Lava Man kind of too. I don't know. Pretty awkward. I'm also not convinced that we win this race. Our opponent can swing back for 8. Whereas we can attack for
9,
7,
11.
I'm not going to attack with Vizier.
Why not?
Don't wanna. I think I like just keeping Kitchen Finks back and just attacking with Birds of Paradise. I do really need to pressure your life total here. And you've got so many mana tapped here. You could just be bluffing us with what you just did.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not convinced you aren't. No, I think we just want to get in with Birds of Paradise right now. Alright, we're going to crash for 2. And then we're going to play our Windswept Teeth. Alright, Dark Confidant is now revealing cards. What do we get? A Bloodstained Mire. That's a pretty good one. It is going to deal 1 point of damage to my opponent when he cracks it, but it's also going to give him Lava Man fuel. I think you're pretty happy with that exchange.
I love it. The detailed analysis. It is going to give the opponent a deal of damage.
I mean, that's relevant
it's also
here.
going to find him
we're trying to kill
swamp
you
or a
by
mountain.
reducing your life points to 0, which looks pretty scary when your opponent's at 18 and you're like, all right, I don't have a kill spell for Dark Confidant. Time to try to kill my opponent. Seems like it might be a little bit of a long shot. Here's the Terminate on Vizier. Sure. And that puts enough fuel in the bin for Lava Man, but we don't have any good Lava Man targets, so I'm okay. You could trade Goyf plus Lava Man activation for half of Kitchen Finks when I've got Gavany Township in play. You can go for it. I don't think that's going to be too good for you here, though. Deep in the tank over there?
Yeah.
There's no way you can make that play.
Basically, I'm thinking I have to, though, because if you block, then you have to take 5 damage, and you'll be at 5, and that's going to put me in range. You literally eat 1 Goyf, you'll go to 7, and then you have to tap out next turn to reactivate your Finks. That is pretty interesting.
Okay, you're looking at how low my life total is. Yeah, the thing is, if you do that, though, 5...
I'm actually better off at this spot. I'm actually just better off...
You're going to send it at my face?
Exactly. I'm better off sending it at your face. The Windswept Teeth Cracked deals 1 point of damage to NoLux.
No! You figured me out.
Got him.
Okay, that's a great draw.
Savage. This looks like my game 5. Except you have a really good land in there.
Yeah, I mean, Gavany Township is pretty fantastic.
It's better than Raging Ravine. It's not even
Looks
close.
like we can't attack at all anymore.
Ever.
Yeah, we do get to start playing Kitchen Finks and Collected Companies and still activating Gavany Township here. If he just pings us, yeah, I feel somewhat decent about that too. I mean, pinging my creatures wasn't going to be relevant anymore. What did you reveal? Leyline of the Void. That's a lot of damage. Oh, shit.
That's a lot of damage. Jesus
I might be
Christ.
able to start getting in there. Leyline of the Void's a lot of damage and a lot of mana. I can't imagine that's going to be a great draw for you. So next turn, if I draw Collected Company, I can cast it and then still activate Gavany Township, which is pretty cool.
Interesting.
Definitely have some better
So
draws.
that would put me pretty dead.
Now I'm feeling bad for not attacking with that birds. If I had attacked with that birds, you'd be at 8, which would put you on a 2-turn clock. Yeah, that's probably still not good enough. Probably still not the birds right now.
Still pretty low. I think I'm actually going to go real slow on this. Do a slow burn.
Yeah, I'm going to try to one-shot you with this Birds of Paradise myself. Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah, exactly. The slow burns on.
That card's
So
insane.
we're going to take out his or actually his Scavenging Ooze is number 1 I'm afraid of. Number 2 that I'm afraid of would be the Duskwatch in the spot. Vizier is scary, but with the low life totals, Duskwatch gets a lot of activations if it gets back in his hand. So we're going to take the Duskwatch out of his graveyard with Scavenging Ooze, go back to 13 life, give us a little more board position, 4 more power on the board. We could get aggro here.
Definitely
He wouldn't
should
realistically
not
be able to. He wouldn't realistically be able to block the Bob. Oh, he could with the bird actually, but the fix would have to go after the Lagoys. All right, so we could just wait until next turn now that we have the Ravine.
I don't think I love you main phasing that Scavenging Ooze, because now I can just company, and then if I hit an Eternal Witness, I can just return both of these companies to my hand. So
That's fair. Yeah, my main
insane.
phase activation usage is probably poor there.
Yeah, there's no real reason to do that.
That's a good company. Windswept
Yeah.
Teeth deals 1 point of damage to my opponent.
Oh, great, the Windswept Teeth.
You literally have all the lands like I did last game.
Yeah, doesn't feel great. I can kind of see where you're coming from now.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
Scavenging Ooze.
I took it like a champion on the
chest.
chest, and just like you're doing, but it doesn't feel good when that happens.
We would have had lethal right here, lethal attacks, if my opponent didn't gain 2 life last turn. I guess we're just not going to attack and we're just going to die regardless. I mean, no real reason for me to crack that fetch land. I might be dead even because of that. But, oh, maybe I should have swung. Maybe he would have taken it and revealed a 2-drop. That might have been sick. No way you would have just taken it, though.
I think we are going to have to. I think we attack all, right? Because his biggest blocks are the Raging Ravine and the Ooze, and then the rest is lethal by itself. Yeah, that's correct. We have to attack.
Yeah,
How this game ends.
I didn't hang on to any cards in my hand, so I kind of. The jig was up. I could have held on to that Windswept Teeth.
Get in there, Bob. Get in there, Grim Lovey.
Yeah, we block his 2 biggest creatures and take 9 down to 6. Maybe he wouldn't have done that if we still had another card in hand. What do you say, Game 7, or are we all done? Leave it on a cliffhanger?
No, we can leave it there. We've seen what Flood does to each of our decks, respectively, but it was a very good series, and we kept it very close. I think that I had to make this attack one way or another, because next turn, as you were previously mentioning, and you're absolutely right, I was cognizant and aware that your team was growing so large they could literally one-shot me. Mm-hmm. So even if I hadn't known your last card in hand, I probably had to send that attack at you at the risk of just losing on the crackback.
Thank you guys very much for watching the bonus round. Again, if you'd like the content, let us know by following and by letting us know in the comments and what you'd like to see in the future. that's it for us. I am NoLucksGiven.
It's IxidorsDreams.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Peace.
Take care.